70 years ago, a small group of British businessmen travelled to China to unlock opportunities between the two countries. They became known as the icebreakers. Meet the bridge builders, the individuals who dare to think beyond the horizon and open up our world.
My name's Stuart Wiggin. I'm from Britain. Been in China about 15 years. And I film a show about China and China's people. It's called 四图建国秀.
大家好，大家好，大家好.
It's pretty good.
So I came around the end of 2007 with some friends after we graduated, and I originally planned to stay about 2 years to try and learn the language, and then 14, 15 years later, I'm still here. Since 2007, I've mostly been working in media or for media companies. I've been a copy editor at one point, a magazine designer, been a sports reporter. I've been able to interview quite a few famous sports individuals and hosted a number of talk shows, and then that's got me to where I am today, where I'm kind of in front of the camera, a vlogger, traveling around China, introducing China to, hopefully, to the world. There's been a huge amount of change. So I live in Beijing, and the skyline changes constantly. So every city changes, right? But in China, I think the scale of that change is just a little bit faster. I've been to Guizhou in the past. When we were researching, we found some projects that had been carried out. One was something called Guabi Gonglu. So that was like a highway that was carved into the side of a mountain in Bijie. And then another one was a competition-sized basketball court built inside a karst cave. Just incredible projects. And they were both built to meet the needs of the local people. One being they didn't have a road, and the other being that the local village didn't have a place to play basketball when it was raining. I went to Yunnan, to Nujiang, and there's an area in Nujiang where the locals have a history of raising wild honeybees. So as part of the poverty alleviation scheme there, a company from Zhuhai, also related to raising bees, is brought in and links the locals with the market. And then this kind of project then is sustainable, right? The people are brought into the market, the project's sustainable, and people can continue to create income and revenue. The combination of private investment and government policy is pretty pioneering, because these poverty alleviation schemes can be targeted to the local needs. It's different from just giving a cash handout, but that also requires private industry to work with the government. And then I think that's one of the best things about the approach here. They're sustainable, they'll continue to create revenue. So just because a goal has been met doesn't mean the authorities are going to stop trying to improve people's lives.
The scenery is stunning, it's breathtaking. 风景太震撼了.
People are more and more interested in learning about China, and my content is quite varied. We do a lot of different kind of content, and I think people are attracted to my videos because my videos are they're authentic. We don't use clickbait to try and trick people into watching our videos. We don't use divisive topics to garner views. We just try and film China as it is and interact with local people in a polite way, as everyone should. I also film with my parents. I know that my parents are quite funny.
Why'd you tick it up, Dad? We're off to see the pandas.
Right, so I just thought they'd be good on camera. And it turned out that my fans thought so too.
Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Then my fans then became their fans, right?
My name is Heather. To my Chinese fans, I am known as Han Mei Mei. The names were actually put out there, weren't they, by Chinese fans, and we actually chose what sounded either like us or suited us.
My name is Bob, or to my Chinese fans, Washa Babu, and I'm retired now, and I used to be a quality engineer for a tyre company.
So the first time we went for a couple of weeks, and we were blown away. So we went in 2013, the first time, and the last time that we went over there was 2019.
The infrastructure in China seems to have advanced between 2013 and 2019. I mean, when we first went, it blew me away. exceeding my expectations and Heather's. But in 2019, they'd gone a step further. You know, it was amazing. You know, we really loved it. We were really impressed.
What do you reckon, Mum?
Fantastic.
I do get comments from people that say that their perspective has changed after watching a certain video, which I'm pleased to see. I mean, I'm not trying to tell people what to think. I'm just showing them what's happening and showing them how life is. I do think I've made a positive contribution in that way, and I hope I have made a contribution in increasing understanding.
We watch every single one of Stuart's videos. They are very informative. I've learned that China is a very advanced, technologically advanced culture, with an ancient culture as well. And I also know that in the last 40 years, China has lifted 800 million people out of poverty. Stuart's videos are showing the world poverty alleviation projects that nobody here gets to know about.
No.
And I think he's doing an excellent job, and we're very proud of him for doing it.
One of the biggest things that I've learned during my travels is that wherever I go in China, regardless of people's nationality, we've always got more in common than we do have differences. There will always be misunderstandings. I don't know what the solution is. I hope that what I do is part of that solution. If we can build bridges, we can learn more from one another, and if we can learn more from one another, there's a greater opportunity for cooperation, and if there's more cooperation, that can only lead to good things for both sides.
Yes!